and I seen this huge boulder. I'm like, oh, I'm taking this brick.
Man, you went around that corner because I was standing there. Man, you matched this guy's damn windshield because you could barely pick that shit up.
It was huge.
And that shit looked like
It was like a boulder.
Like a big ass whale going inside the little pool. Hey, the difference between the barbering game back then and now, it was crazy.
It's so different.
I don't know. I think the social media changed everything. Because there was a time in the barbering when I was coming up, it wasn't cool being a barber.
I'm glad I'm not the only one that felt like that.
It's like I wanted to be a producer or something else.
Yeah.
But the social media now, the difference back then and now, the barbers now like superstars.
That's the same thing. I was just telling David and Stefani, I'm like, man, when I started cutting hair, that shit wasn't, I didn't brag about that. I wasn't cool. I didn't tell people I'm a barber. I wanted to be like Master P and Too Short. I didn't want to tell nobody I was a barber. And then like we go to that barber show like a few months back, it's just so different. Now it's like, oh shit.
Wait,
damn.
I'm gonna tell you what's funny about that, cuz when I started going to the barber shows, it wasn't even barber show, it was the hair shows. And I would tell the owners, let's go to the hair shows. And 2-3 years later, I guess somebody got smart and started doing the barbering.
Yeah, that shit's totally different. Now like all these new barbers, they're like, you know, like mini celebrities almost.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yo, they have no idea what they missed.
Now it's worldwide. It's crazy.
It's cool though, I like it. Some of it, like a lot of old school guys, they think that shit's whack. Barber shows are whack. All these new like internet barbers are whack. And it's different. It's just a different lane. Back in the day, to get really good at barbering, it could take you almost 5 years. Now, these kids are getting good in 2 years, 3 years, because they got YouTube, they got Instagram, they got all these tools.
All they have to do is stand next to me or a barber that's good as me and watch.
Yeah.
Because when I was coming up, when I started in '86, I had one machine.
Damn, 86.
I picked up the clippers in '86 because of my friend Derek. He was 13, I was 12. Man, we didn't have no cell phones and no tablets, none of that shit. You know, we had to go outside and play kickball, whatever, you know, manhunt, whatever. And when he started doing the clipper thing, you know, okay, I bought myself one. And I will never forget, it was my brother's birthday, Isaac, March 11th. I don't know, I forgot how we got the clippers, but we got it on his birthday. And ever since that day, I'm talking about it right now. 34 years. I just made 34 years in March.
Damn, that's crazy, bro.
And you know, like, it was one machine, the walls.
Yeah,
it was no Andes, no shavers.
I remember, me and Jose, we saved up money. The barbershop where we used to go get our haircut at, Felix's in Hollywood, we went there, Felix sold us a pair of Masters and Styliners. Used ones.
I didn't have those.
They didn't even have those yet?
No.
So he sold us a pair of those, probably for like $50, $40.
Around what year you started?
I'm 36, and this was in 7th grade. I was about 14 years old, probably, me and Jose.
So what year you say, like?
I don't even know. I was in 7th grade, though, when I bought those.
You see, we didn't have those machines.
Yeah, that's how we started. We would just get our haircut, watch everything they did, and then the next few weeks, we would just keep practicing on each other, practicing on everybody.
No, we had to fuck somebody up back then.
Oh, yeah. I still remember to this day, the first haircut that I did. It was a straight up soup bowl. I had the oyster clippers that didn't adjust. Straight soup bowl. But the kid loved it.
Look, in the days of hip hop in the late 80s, like.
Yeah, soup bowls, but nice.
But it had to
crispy,
be nice and real sharp and even.
Yeah.
If the line wasn't straight and even, you didn't know how to cut shit. We had to follow like Big Daddy Kane and those rappers like that back in the late 80s. Like their styles, that's what we followed.
I started off in a Haitian barbershop in Fort Lauderdale. And that's where I worked at for my first, I want to say 3 years. That shit was crazy. That was rough. And then that's right when Barbershop came out and they had the white boy in Barbershop. Everybody's like, oh shit. No, they used to roast me, and I had a Cadillac. They used to remember the Cadillac. And then when I left there, I went to Clippers, and that's when I met you.
Hey, check this out. I'm gonna give you a story about cutting hair. I used to live in Opalaga, some projects called Aswan. That's where I started.
I remember those.
Aswan projects. And from there we moved to Carol City. I'm in middle school.
Yeah.
And when I started cutting my first customers, by 87,
This shit sounds crazy.
check this out now. When I started cutting hair, there was no barber shops.
You hear this, man? 87. So all you kids have been cutting hair for 3-4 years. 87.
I'm gonna give you some game. Like I said, it wasn't cool being no barber. It was just a new thing. You know, it was like a job.
We did it because it was a job and we needed haircuts.
I'm gonna say this, and this is the truth. Back in those times, the dope boys, they were like superstars in the streets.
Yeah. That was our celebrities.
See, my brothers, they would kick my ass if I was gonna fuck with that. I was a kid anyway. So check it. I want money. I want the sweatsuits. I want the Adidas. Because back then, it wasn't about Nike. It was about the suede Adidas.
Hell yeah.
Maybe Pumas. So mom was real poor. So at the age of 12 and 13, I'm making money already. You know, charging $3 a haircut.
Yeah, I remember, man. I looked at them. I was like, damn, man, I think they were charging 12 at the barbershop. I'm like, 12. I'm like, they're doing like 20, 30 heads a day.
Wait. 12 in your times.
Yeah.
10, 12 years later.
Yeah, exactly. I told Jose, I'm like, bro, we can make like 150 a day. And he's like, damn, you're right.
So check it, $3 a haircut.
That's crazy.
Yo, I used to have a line.
That's fucking crazy.
A line of people.
That's crazy.
At my apartment complex, apartment 102. But I used to be outside. Then I had a homeboy, Jinx. He goes, Cisco, you can sell beer. So we used to have a big old garbage can. And he used to get me beer, like Heineken's and whatever, you know, Budweiser, whatever people want to drink. We go buy a lot of ice. Oh, and I had the DJ set because I was already scratching. So they would play whatever records I had. I played the music. I'm cutting hair. It was fun.
That was one thing too. I was looking at and I was watching. I was just reminiscing on everything, like how I grew up in just the barber industry. I'm like, it's like hip hop culture to the T. It's everything, like you said, DJ, everything. It's everything.
Let me explain something about appreciating. I didn't appreciate it back then.
Nah.
Now that I look back and I see how these kids is taking the barbering to that superstar mode, you know,
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, you know what? I didn't want to be a superstar in barbering.
Yeah. Nah.
'Cause we didn't see it that way.
I never told anyone that I was a barber. Like now when I go out, I'm like, yeah, you know, I barber, get clients. I never did that. I was like, never. The only way you knew I was a barber is if you walked in my barbershop.
But I had no other choice but like to stand out, cause not to brag about it. I never like bragging.
Yeah.
People tell me, dog, you're one of the best dudes I've seen. I don't like saying it.
Now you are. You really are.
You know, I say thanks, thank you, you know, I appreciate the, you know, the love, but I just never take the credit.
Yeah.
But I look back like, damn, I didn't want to be a barber and I'm still doing it. And people look up to me, like I see young cats, yo, you've been cutting my hair since I was 4 years old. And I have clients, they became barbers.
Yeah, nah, that was even crazy because I don't know if you remember. Oh, Sergio that was with us at the hair show. Sergio used to come to Outliners and get haircuts at Outliners when we worked there as a little kid. And man, I'm talking years, maybe 10 years down the line, I'm working at Top Notch in Davie, and Brandon's like, yeah, we got a new barber coming in, say he's from Miami. And he comes in, it's Sergio. I'm like, oh, hell no. I'm like, you're a barber? He's like, yeah, bro, I've been cutting hair for 5 years. And I'm like, no way. Knowing him since he was like a little kid, cutting his hair, it's crazy. Yeah. And then he's a barber now and just like, yo, you guys inspired me. I used to watch you guys when I was little and I wanted to be a barber. And now he's a good-ass barber. It's just nuts.
The first hair show that I went to in the beach, there was a barber in West Palm Beach. I used to cut his hair.
Oh,
I didn't know who he was. Yo, Cisco, what's up? You know, like, you used to cut me when I was a shorty at Clippers. I don't remember him. Man, you inspired me. I'm like,
Clippers was fun, bro. Clippers was real fun.
Yeah, Clippers. I made a lot of money in Clippers. That was like,
Hell yeah.
that was like my university. That's where I took it to another level, because we had people like Harold.
Yeah.
We had that guy that came from Chicago. They had the razor game.
What was that kid's name again?
I forgot his name, dog. I forgot his name. We had Wes, the
Cito,
girl.
and Cito came.
Cito came after I left.
You were gone when Cito came?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I remember when I went from Clean Cuts. I was a Haitian barbershop. Then I went to Big Time in Hollywood. I was there.
I heard of Big Time.
Yeah, it was booming out of control. Then from there, so I went to Clippers. That's when I met you. And
why did you leave Big Time? I heard it was crazy.
Oh, it was shootouts and fights there, bro. Like on a weekly basis, it was nuts. It was crazy. And then Pete, I went to barber school with Pete. Pete was like, bro, you gotta go to Clippers, man. Clippers is where it's at. So I went to Clippers, and once I seen it, I was like, oh, I'm coming here.
Yeah.
I'm like, this shit's nice as hell.
I'm gonna tell you.
It is so. Remember the door we had? We used to have a door in Clippers. So back in the day, a lot of barbers didn't have their license, and we had that wall.
So you came after the wall? Cause
No, I came after the wall. The wall was already up when I came.
I was there in '97.
No wall.
There was no wall. So when James and these guys, they sold it to Sean, Sean put the wall. He did that shit overnight.
It was a wall with a door, and we had like those police lights on the ceiling. So every time the inspectors walked in the barbershop,
they hit a button.
The girl at the front desk would hit the button, and the lights would go off.
They go red.
And everybody would run out. Everyone that didn't have a license would run out the back door.
So you had like 8 chairs.
And then the guys with the licenses would stay there.
Like 3 of us.
When inspectors would walk in, there's customers in every chair and like 3 barbers cutting. But it shit worked though. No one ever got a fine.
Yeah.
Oh, that was the best. You be cutting, you see that light, you're like, oh shit.
I actually saw an inspector walking in and laughed. Cause they know, you know, like.
Hell yeah.
Hairs. It was, sorry. There was hairs all over the floor, but no barber, but there's a customer.
There's a customer in the chair with a cape and like a half a haircut.
That shit was crazy.
Yo, but I remember when I worked when I was in Big Time and Clean Cuts, I made good money. I made a lot of money. I was making, $200-300 every day. When I went to Clippers, man, the first day I went there, I made like $500. I was like, God damn. I'm like, this is crazy. And that was like almost like a buffet. I would literally walk there and make as much money as I could make and leave. It was a straight buffet of clients. It was crazy. There was so many people there.
When you got there, I was still there, and I think it was 2000.
Yes, 2000. Yeah. I'm pretty sure it was 2000.
Oh my God, but we made so much money.
That shit was crazy, dog. That shit was
Were you there when Eve showed up? Because they used to bring celebrities sometimes.
Eve, Khaled.
We used to cut Khaled once in a while. He used to go
Khaled
there.
Used to come there a lot.
I got there right after Fat Joe and Big Pun showed up.
Yep, yeah. That was hands down the best shop in all of
That was
Florida.
the future.
Not even all of Florida. That was just one of the most.
It stood out.
Yeah.
The name, it just, at them times, it was like
That shit was crazy.
10 years ahead of the game.
I had so much fun working there. I was talking to my boy Thomas in Tampa, and Thomas was like, he was like, bro, you know why we got such good customer service? He's like, because we started in the worst barbershops you can possibly find, the most ghettoest places you could be at. So we're used to dealing with making sure this client ain't gonna run out on you, if these dudes are gonna shoot each other, this guy's gonna fist fight, like just the worst of the worst for so many years that when we work in, very nice and professional environments nowadays, it's like such a relief.
Because you know where you come from.
Yeah, he's saying it's such a relief to us because we're used to like the worst of the worst. So now it's like, that's why our customer service is so good, because it's like a, you know what I mean?
It makes sense because like when I used to work the first barbershop where I got hired, I don't want to say the name in the street. Where I used to work at, it was a corner where they sell drugs. And I seen all that shit, shooting dice. I seen it myself. I mean, I'm from the hood, you know, from that hood, you know, so I'm straight. But it was crazy. Yeah. I seen 2 cats one time. Some dude had a bat to hit this other dude in front of the shop. The guy, I don't know how he snatched the bat. It was crazy, man.
You remember that one kid that got in a fight in front of Clippers? And he punched that dude and he fell and hit his head on the curb and he died?
That happened in the Clippers down south.
And that kid, then when he got out of prison, he was coming to Outliners in Miami Lakes.
Yeah, that guy, that happened in the Clippers down south, the first Clippers.
I remember when I got into trouble and I moved, James put me there for like a couple weeks. And I was like, hell no, I can't work here. I'm coming
in the
back.
Falls.
Yeah, I'm coming back up here. I can't work there.
I seen that shop one time, but I never moved from the one in Miami Lakes.
It was cool, but nah. That shit was way I had to come right back. I was like, I can't live here.
I didn't. But yeah, you know, the shops, like those shops that you was mentioning, like with all the drama, the fighting, the dope selling. When you get older and you think about that,
oh my God, I was nuts, bro.
You don't want to like bring that shit nowadays.
Hell no.
Cause you appreciate where you come from.
That's what these kids don't understand too. Is a lot of the new generation. It's a lot of shops are ran so professional now. They don't know how good they got it.
Exactly.
They don't got to worry about some client running out on them when they turn around trying to get a free haircut. Like, bro, that shit was nuts.
I remember when people used to walk in the shop selling sneakers, clothes.
Hell yeah. CDs, when CDs came out.
The bootleg CDs. Yeah, let me get that new 8-ball and MJG.
Hell yeah. That's when Tony put me on to 50 Cent. I was like, 50 Cent? Like, who the fuck is that? He's like, you never heard of 50 Cent? I'm like, nah. He put me on those little mixtapes. Man, when I listened to that, I'm like, holy shit, yo.
It was dope because, see, back then we used to go and buy the records.
You put me on UGK.
It was me?
Yeah.
Are you sure it was me?
Positive. Because you were Tony. You guys put me on UGK.
No, it wasn't me because I
then
like
it was
UGK,
Tony.
But I wasn't a fan.
Then it was Tony, because Tony put me on 50 Cent. It must have been Tony then. He gave me a UGK CD. This was way back in the day.
You know, man, I'm always bumping that NWA, you know. Yeah. I'm on that West Coast. And UGK was dope. I like that Scarface, you know, Ghetto Boys. But it was dope, man. The barbershops back then and now it's so different. Everything changed.
I like it. A lot of the dudes I know that been cutting hair for a long time.
Wait. I ain't gonna lie, we had fun.
Hell yeah, I had fun.
We had a lot of fun.
I love the way I grew up. I love it. Good and bad, I love it.
I have a question, man. How do you start this SMP thing?
So,
because I'm going to tell you something, bro. Because I remember when I had braids, and I think the braids damaged me. And I saw my, like, hairline, like, receding.
Everybody with braids and dreads, everybody I know with braids and dreads are all going bald.
Bro, I'm going to tell you the truth. I used to be stressing. You know, using this damn Beijing and trying to cover that shit. And I said, you know what?
I couldn't live without Beijing.
I don't recall how I ran into you about this SMP thing, you know.
I don't even remember how I brought up to you. I remember so just from us cutting hair, like, you know, cutting hair for 23 years, I was just burnt. And I lost a love for it.
I felt like that a few times.
Because it was just, and then the way I was working was, you know, $25 an appointment, and it was busting out all day long. I make a lot of money, but it was just, took a toll on me. And I lost, you know, I couldn't do my true talent because I'm just doing quick ones, you know?
I guess what happened to you was that fun that you had in the beginning for the barbering,
it wasn't there no more. It
started dying out. Yeah. Is that what? Because that happened to me before.
Yeah, I just went through that stage where I didn't want to cut hair no more.
It became a job, right?
Yeah. And it was like, I love it, but I hate it. And then I'm just praying for a career change, but I really didn't want a career change. You know what I mean? I just needed a change. So
you wanted to add something new.
One of my clients came in and I'm cutting his hair. And he's like, yo, how you like my head? I'm like, it's cool. I'm like, what'd you put? You put Just for Men in your head yourself or something? And he's like, nah, it's a tattoo. I'm like, no way. And I'm looking at him like, damn. I'm like, how come I never thought of this? And once I seen his head, I was like, it's a wrap, bro. It's a wrap. This is it. And
I mean, you knew about tattoos anyway.
Yeah, because I started tattooing at 18. Remember Chino from Tattoos in the Hood? Chino sold me my first tattoo machine. He gave me the whole kit. I bought everything. Because my older brother, he's a tattoo artist. He was in prison for 13 years. So when he was getting out of prison, my gift to him was I went to Chino and I bought the whole setup to start tattooing. Chino gave me everything I needed. And when he got out of jail, I was like, there you go. So now you can start making money. And he taught me how to tattoo. So I started tattooing and then just, I liked it. I'm an artist, so I liked it, but cutting hair is what I did. And when I seen SMP, it was a wrap, bro. I already done more tattoos than these dudes have done SMP, so it was nothing. And once I did my wife's brother's head, and that shit came out so good, I was like, it was it. I had 3 more dudes booked.
You was excited.
The second I did him, I had 3 more dudes booked. And I think I sent you the pictures. I'm like, yo, check this out. I'm like, you gotta look at this. And then it was a wrap, bro.
I found heaven with that thing, bro. Cause man, all I have to do is just put grab the machine and add the 000. Boom, and I'm straight. I don't have to tape it. It's
over
taped
here
up already.
using Kiss and using Beijing every 2-3 days. My girl will be like, yo, let's go out to eat on the weekend. And I'm like, hell no, I ran out of Beijing. I ain't leaving the house.
You hook my shit up, though, bro. I love it, bro.
That's crazy, too, because you're probably the 3rd or 4th person I did.
And I still have to go for one more session, but I like how it looks now on the 3rd session.
It looks perfect, though.
I don't want the 4th session.
You don't need it. Wait like 10 years.
It's great, man. It's awesome.
Yeah, so when I first started, all the other barbers were like, it's cool, man. This shit, it looks dope. It looks awesome. And I was like, man, I wanted to teach everyone we work with. I want to teach everybody. And none of them, they're like, it's cool, boy. You can make like $800 extra a week. I'm like, you crazy. I'm like, this is the future.
But let me ask you a question. So some of the people you train, honestly, when you train them, like, are they excited doing it?
Yeah, most people that come and train are real excited.
So from that point on, when they graduate from the course, what happens?
The success rate of them. So everybody's different, and you got to go back to be successful. This is only my opinion. To be successful is you got to go back to the basics. When we first started cutting hair, we cut hair for free. We cut hair for $3.
We had to build ourselves.
$10. Then we got into a barber shop. You know what I mean? You gotta progress. So the mistake I see, and it is a good percentage, people come to train and they're like, yeah, I already rented an office. I already got it all set up. It's ready to go. I'm gonna train and get back and go home and go to work. And I'm like, yo, it's good. You're a go-getter, but you got to get really good at this first,
Excuse me.
So the handful of people that I see that are really, really good, they're the ones that came, they kept it totally organic. They started doing it on the weekends. They started getting at least one client a week. And then, from there, just like cutting hair, just grew it,
Just build it.
And once they got good and they needed a place because they were getting more busy, then they got the place and, so it's just like anything, man. You gotta start from scratch. You're not gonna go to college, get your master's degree, and then go ahead and get a humongous, huge job right off the get-go. You gotta start somewhere, Same thing. It's the same thing as barbering.
Same concept.
To me, it's easier than cutting hair. Because cutting hair, for me, it took me a good 3 years to get very solid. In SMP, I was good in months.
Because the thing about cutting hair, you have to learn different hair textures.
Cutting hair is way harder.
You think so?
Fuck yeah.
I'm gonna go to your training.
I'm
going to your SMP training.
It's way harder than cutting hair. I promise you.
I've been doing this shit, man, too long.
I promise you.
And the way you making that shit sound, I'm going.
Everybody that says that when they come in, because I train mostly barbers, and they ask me, I'm like, listen, bro, and a really good barber, I'm like, dude, look how good you cut hair. How long it took you to get good? Oh, 4 years. I'm like, if you do this at least once a week on a real client and practice every day, you're gonna be good in a couple months. And they're like, for real? I'm like, dude, cutting hair is way harder, way harder. And you've already done, as a barber, what do we do about, on an average basis, most barbers like 20 heads a day cutting hair around?
I'm tired, bro. I don't do no 20 heads a day. Fuck that. I am not doing no 20 heads a day.
All right, so we're talking 10.
On an average.
And an average 10.
Say 12 to 15 heads.
12 to 15 a day, right? Times 20 years, 15 years, 30 years. That amount of hairlines and blending that we've done basically almost half of our life.
No, hold up now. You're saying that shit. You're saying that, but even with the 34 years that I have under my belt,
yeah,
I run into some some challenges with hairs.
You're always gonna get the clients. You're gonna get the client. That's one of the things too, is when I'm doing SMP, I'm prepared for frustration. I'm prepared, like when I'm gonna draw the hairline and map it out, I know I could get lucky and this guy's head could be perfect. And I could do this in like 10 minutes. And I get the dude that it takes me like 40 minutes to get that line perfect. So I'm prepared for that. So I'm not gonna get frustrated because I'm ready to be here for 45 minutes. You know what I mean?
But that happens in certain haircuts too.
Yeah, but
there's certain barbers.
Yeah, they get lost. They get lost in the haircut.
Hold up now. There's certain there's certain clients with the simplest haircuts that turn into that little nightmare. It happens.
I see a dude next to me. I'm like, bro, you've been cutting this dude's hair for like an hour. What the fuck's going on?
That happens to me. the same shit happens to me. I'm like, what the fuck? This guy, it's only a 2 and a 0. But the type of hair he has, I gotta keep brushing this shit, man. What the fuck is going on?
For me, I love it because it like brought back my fire. It made everything fun again. When I wake up, I'm so happy. Like I want to go to work.
It's not work. It's not a job.
I can't wait to get to my office. Like I love it. I look at my booksy. I'm like, damn, I got this guy. I'm like, I can't wait to get.
Fuck that. I'm going to your training.
I've been telling you, bro. I've been telling you.
I'm going to your training.
I've been telling you, and it's like some people are like, T don't cut hair no more. That don't mean I ain't a barber. I'm doing SMP now. I'm still a barber. But I'm doing SMP clients, you know?
Yeah.
And then the difference is one of the little things that I think helps separate me from the big majority of the industry is the ones that are not barbers, they're stuck to only shaving their head bald. Everyone doesn't have to have a bald head.
Bro, you know I hate doing bald heads? I hate that shit, bro. Why? I can't stand doing that in barbering.
I love it.
You like doing bald head?
Hell yeah.
That's one of my worst clients.
Really?
Man, I don't feel like doing this.
Oh, I love that.
Send them over there to
You're crazy.
To the 6th chair.
You're crazy. I love it.
Yo, I know a lot of barbers like that hate doing bald heads.
I love it.
It's not as easy as people think it is. I don't see what the hell you see it in.
We got the newest guy in the shop. That's the rule. The newest guy in the shop, he gets everything that everyone don't want.
It's called paying dues.
Hell yeah. He'd be like, hey man, you keep sending me kids. Bro, you new.
Shit, you better
gotta get the new one.
You better pay the way, bro.
He's like, I've been here for 3 years, but you're still the newest.
Yeah. You better get that motherfucker.
Until we hire another guy, you're the new guy.
Man, cut his hair, damn it. Yeah, man, but anyway, I did notice my hair loss back then. Like, I noticed people saying, man, you tripping, bro. Stop tripping. It's not. Yo, I know myself. Stop the bullshit. But I noticed after I had the braids, when I cut when I cut my hair off, I noticed like it just started like getting. I don't know. I just started losing it.
Yeah, my shit didn't hit me till I was maybe 31, 32.
And I think the more that I worried about it,
Yeah,
the
you made it
more I
happen.
see it. You know what I'm saying? So the more I want to fade, and I'm trying to hanging on a damn cliff to try not to fall off.
I mean, I've been Beijing, man. I've been using Beijing forever. Forever.
But see, we didn't have Beijing back in Clippers.
No, Clippers, no. Clippers, no. I started using Beijing in outliners.
That was like 2007, 2008.
2007. That's when I learned Beijing. Me and Fat Boy.
You know, and
R.I.P. Fat Boy.
I didn't use it back then. I started using Beijing when we left that location.
Fat Boy.
And we went to the 67th Avenue, 183rd Street location. That's when I started.
Yep, that's when I started it too.
So now, with the hair loss, I found myself cutting my hair, because I used to cut my own hair.
Yeah.
Oh
always.
shit, okay, let me put the number 2 over here, and the 1.5, and go over here with the 3.
Yeah, so trying to forward a little bit.
Man, that's trying to save it. But it got to the point, ain't no saving, bro. We just declined it.
Yeah, I remember, I was in the barber shop, and my boy walked in, and he's like, God damn, T, you going bald. And I'm like, hell nah. And I look in the mirror, I'm like, oh,
yeah, because you have them clowns too.
I'm like, ah, shit, he ain't lying. And then I was doing a workout video. I'm working out, I was doing on bench press. And I'm looking at the video. No, I posted the video on Instagram, and somebody DM'd me. They're like, yo, you bald as fuck. And I'm like, I'm looking at the video. I'm like, fuck.
Stanley did me the same way.
Oh, shit, Stan.
Stan told me, you might as well join the crew, bald head.
Hell yeah.
I'm like, come on, bro.
I miss Stan.
Yeah, Stanley the one, he started messing with me about that, my hair loss. But you might as well go bald. Cut it like me.
That shit.
Man, you the one gave up. I ain't giving up. So.
That shit me real quick. It like literally came out of nowhere.
No, I'm gonna tell you something. You feel some type of way when you see your hair, like when you losing your hair.
Hell yeah.
You feel like fucked up. I'm like, damn, bro, I'm a barber.
I used to
I need to rock some dope ass
I used to Beijing
haircuts.
because I liked it. Now I had the Beijing. I was Beijinging like every other day, especially because I go to the gym. Man, I go to the gym, it's a wrap. That shit's gone.
I use Beijing for my beard. Shit like that. I don't need it,
Nah, I Beijing my head, shit, at least every 2-3 days, bro.
You still do it?
Nah, now.
No, you mean back then.
Back then, yeah. Nah, I'll Beijing now, but only if I'm gonna like go out to an event or something and I wanna be extra crispy.
On the top?
Yeah, I do like a 1. I'll grow my hair out to like a 1. But now, like a normal basis, I'll just hit it with like a 0 and I'll skin the side.
I use a 000, and I'm happy with it. But the beard,
that's what I do pretty much every day. 000, skin the side, I'm straight.
Okay.
If I'm gonna go out, I'll grow it out and I'll put some Beijing a little bit.
But
I wouldn't even go out, man. Regular be like, oh, let's go out to eat. And I'm like, hell nah, man.
Actually,
I gotta Beijing my head. That shit gonna take me like an hour.
Actually, before I came over here, I looked at myself. I'm like, hold on, what the fuck? I see a couple of patches. I grabbed the 000. That's why I told you I'll be there like in another, I'm leaving in 15 minutes because I was patching the machine, I had to make it look smooth. So, before I ran into the SMP, I was just battling with it. I was thinking like it went from the number 1 and blending around the corners, to like going with a half, because it was getting worse.
Hell yeah.
It was getting worse. It was horrible, I was like, damn, man, I'm gonna go bald. And one day I actually cut it bald. I didn't like it. I felt like I was sick. I was actually stressing it.
I never cut my head bald until the day I got SMP. That was the first time I ever shaved my head. I was holding on. I was holding on to a 2 on top with a shitload of Beijing.
So, I could understand how this SMP thing is like the future. Because it's sort of like
it's the future.
Saving people's lives and shit.
It's the future, bro. It's the future. And it's permanent. It's literally, if you think about it, it's the only thing that's permanent.
Yeah.
Because how many transplants have we seen? Tons.
Okay, yeah.
Them shits look fucked up.
Yeah, man.
I've recently seen ones that are good, so I know that they can be done good, but man, in America, I think them shits are fucked up.
And you know what? It's also who's doing the SMP, because some cats, they get too heavy-handed with the SMP.
Nah, it's the same thing.
I've seen it.
It's the same thing. So it's been around for about 10, 12 years, but what I see is the dudes that are teaching SMP suck. Because Same thing when it goes back to barber school.
Yeah.
Not everybody, but most of the teachers in barber school suck. Because if they were any good, why would you teach? You make way more money cutting hair. So same thing with SMP. I make way more money doing SMP than I do teaching. I teach really because I feel bad. I got barbers and I got people begging me to learn, and they really want to learn. I feel bad. I'm like, how can I tell this guy no? I got to teach him. You know what I mean? What if that was me?
You actually feel good when you do it, right?
Yeah, I like it. It gives me fulfillment, but money-wise, I actually lose money teaching. So what I see in the SMP industry is that the guys who suck at SMP, they can't make money doing clients. Their only option to make money is to teach.
Teaching.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So somebody who sucks at SMP and has limited knowledge is teaching the next guy. So it's not a scam. It's just that they're limited on knowledge.
I got you.
You know what I mean? So just like cutting hair.
So at the barber school, you have some of these teachers that are not great barbers.
When you come out of barber school, you don't get good till you start working in that barber shop.
Or fucking somebody up in the backyard like we've been doing in the beginning.
Yeah. Every kid used to ask me growing up, oh, I want to be a barber. How do you learn how to cut hair? Fuck people up. They're like, huh? I'm like, you gotta.
It's sort of like jumping in the ocean. You're either gonna drown or you're gonna swim. Yeah. Either or, you know, it's crazy. But yeah, man, when I started noticing my hair loss, it was stressful.
That's the one thing, and two is that when I'm teaching people, because this is permanent, man, I work as much as possible, and when they leave and go back home, like I'm like, yo, call me every day. Anything you need, call me, because this is permanent. This is not like it don't grow back in a week. You know what I mean? That's the touchy thing when it comes to training. There's a lot of people out there that train really good. You just got to find the right guy, the right person.
I was tired of stressing and.
Remember when I fought Stan?
Oh man, we would have. That was crazy. I was actually there.
Oh shit!
You look back at that shit. And it's like,
man, me and Stan. I love Stan, bro. That's my dog. I love Stan.
That's what made us like brothers. Fighting.
For real. I still talk to Stan all the time. I remember in Jensen too. Yeah, it was the best. I forget what happened. Me and Stan, we started arguing about something. We were drunk, going out. I was like, man, I might have been like 23 years old. I was a little kid. And Stan, he was big. He's a boxer. I was scared of him. And I forget what happened, but we got mad at each other for something. And I go to the barber shop. All my clippers are gone. He took all my clippers.
I remember
that
like,
shit. Yo, where the fuck's my clippers at? And they're like, nobody knows where they're at. So
I remember you went and got a big old brick and you planned it all out. If he don't give me my clip,
so
I'm gonna smash his fucking windshield.
So I call Mike and I'm like, Mike, Stan took my clippers, bro. What am I supposed to do?
Ask him for it.
And Mike's like, man, he's like, you're gonna have to fight him, bro. And I was so scared. Mike was like, he's like, don't be scared, T. He's like, you got this. I'm like, all right, bro, I'm gonna do it. So the next day,
I was there. I'm gonna say the rest of the part. Stanley, can I get my clippers? I ain't giving you shit. Man, you went around that corner because I was standing there. Yeah. Man, you mashed this guy's damn windshield. But the shit, I don't understand how the fuck the both of you got into a fight.
I don't even remember. It was so long ago.
Then you let the owner talk you guys into getting back in the car together to go get a fucking price to fix the man's windshield. I'm like, look at this bullshit. That shit was crazy.
Yo, I was walking to work because I live right across the street on 67th. And I'm walking and I'm like, all right. I'm a little kid and Stan, he's a Golden Glove boxer. I was scared. I'm like, he's going to beat my ass.
Hey, and it was a good ass fight though.
Yeah, it was good.
I seen the fight. That was a good
I'm walking to work. And when I'm walking to work, all the construction site was right there. And I seen this huge boulder. I'm like, oh, I'm taking this brick. And I picked up that big ass rock.
You had to tell me.
Yo, it was meant to be because I put that rock right next to this pole, and when Stan pulled up to the barber shop, he parked right in front of the rock.
Oh man, that shit was hilarious.
I was like, oh, this is perfect. And then when I smashed out his window,
that shit was almost slow motion, cause you could barely pick that shit up. It was huge. And that shit looked like it was
like a boulder.
Like a big ass whale going inside the little pool.
And he had the rawhide big yellow leather gloves.
That's another thing about Stan. Stan used to always go home in no Miami, come back in 15 minutes. I never understood that shit.
Yeah, for real.
How the fuck he made it over there and back so quick?
Oh man.
He was ready for you that day.
Yeah, he was. So me and Stan fought. And then Jensen was like, whoop that white boy, whoop that cracker. And I punched Jensen in his face while I was fighting Stan.
Bring that shit up.
Nah, but I love Jensen, man.
Yeah, man.
That was my dog.
Then we laugh at that shit later.
Yeah. And then James comes, James the owner. James comes and he
was a quality, he was an instigator too.
Yeah, he liked that. He liked it back in the
bullshit.
day. James was like, yo, T, you got to go work at our other barber shop. I'm like, hell no, I ain't working there. I came here first. They got to go to the other barber shop.
That shit was crazy.
And then that's how James talks to me. Then he talks to Stan Jensen. He's like, yo, you guys gotta be friends.
And that's how you guys ended up going to get a fucking instrument.
The same day we go leave so we can fix his windshield.
No, that was the next day. Because that day you went home and he went home. But back to the SMP and the hair and this shit, man. You know, thank God, bro. We got people like you out here. That shit, I was like giving up already. It wasn't even giving up. Sometimes life, you gotta accept the shit that comes, whether you like it or not.
Oh, you don't even
that's what happened.
You don't even want to talk to nobody.
No, I started buying damn shades, trying to make myself look good and shit. You know, exactly. Going back to the hats game and shit. But now you don't see me wearing that many hats like I used to.
Nah, never.
I'm showing off my tape now. Man, y'all gotta come see Taylor, man. Taylor Perry, man, he's the man. And if you need a haircut, you can see me. You take over.
Thank you guys for watching. This has been a really good time. Yo, if you need a haircut in Miami Lakes, Cisco. Cuts by Cisco. Guys, leave comments. Let us know what you think. Hit that subscribe button, and we'll see y'all soon.